So, to continue with God's covenant with Noah, starting in verse 17, going on to verse 19, and God said to Noah, "This is the token of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth." And the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark were Shem and Ham and Japheth, and Ham is the father of Canaan. These are the three sons of Noah, and of them was the whole earth overspread. Now, the Bible already says that, and here God repeats it as if we didn't get it the first time. We all came from Noah and his sons and their wives. Now, what it is today, it's about God's signature. Did you get that? The token of the covenant was God's signature. We had businessmen coming into our house, and they had all these yellow copies. These yellow copies, they want it a signature, and that was the contract. But God didn't need it. So let's make a brief commentary about this so that you can understand what's going on. God repeated to Noah, "This is the token of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth." God, now notice this, God himself established this token. The Hebrew word translated here as token is oath. Just a simple word, oath. We probably got our word oath from it and so on, but it is oath, which means a signal, a flag, a beacon, a monument, a mark, an ensign. All these ideas are contained in that little Hebrew word, oath. And get this, the rainbow is a brightly visible beacon and signature of that monumental covenant God made between him and all flesh that is upon the earth, never to completely flood it again. In verse 18, we are again presented with the names of Noah's three sons. Now, as was previously mentioned in another study, Japheth was the oldest, Shem was the second, and Ham was the youngest. But here the order is different. Since Moses was writing this account, there was probably a logical reason Shem came first. We already mentioned that previously when we talked about it from Genesis chapter 6 and Genesis chapter 7. The meaning of Shem is name, renown. Both meanings are related in that renown means that Shem would become a very well-known and glorious name. Come to think of it, the greatest scientific and medical discoveries came from the Jews, Shemites. Since Noah walked with God, I have no doubt that the name was prophetic, because from Shem came our Savior, Jesus Christ, the one with the greatest renown. Ham means hot, heat, brown, as in sunburnt. Also means hot-headed. Ham is probably mentioned second, as they were the ones to have to be dealt with in taking over the promised land. Remember, we're relating this to the writer Moses, as with the other sons, we'll examine his genealogy later. Japheth, the other son, from whom I came, I'm Caucasian, so all Caucasians came from Japheth. And Japheth means enlarged, fair, persuading. Prophetically, this became true, as we also shall see later in Genesis. Verse 19 says, "Of them was the whole earth overspread." This plain and simple statement leaves no possibility of any other people surviving the worldwide flood. All the world's present peoples are descendant of Noah's 3 sons and their wives. So logically, the world's present population could easily have been attained in the approximately 4,100 years since then, at a quarter of the present growth rate. This would account for plagues and mortality rates. Folks, again, the earth is probably not as old as you may have been taught.